It's the Judge John Hodgman podcast. Why is there this stuff on the end of my gavel? You're about to find out. It's the office holiday party. Things got a little out of hand. But before you watch it all unfold, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this very YouTube channel. It's Judge John Hodgman. Here we go. Nope.
Welcome to the Judge John Hodgman podcast. I'm Bailiff Jesse Thorn, and guess what? It's the holiday time of year, and that means it's time for the annual Judge John Hodgman holiday party. With me, as always, my friend and yours, Judge John Hodgman. Hi, John.
Hi, my friend and yours, Jesse Thorn, my bailiff, oh bailiff.
Good Yule to you, friend. Good Yule to you.
And bien Saturnalia to you all. The new Maximum Fun headquarters there in downtown Los Angeles. I see you're seated with our wonderful producer, Jennifer Marmor.
Yeah, she's raising the roof. Now she's doing the Arsenio whoop whoop.
Yeah, I heard the last bit of renovation you needed to do at the Max Fun HQ was to raise the roof. So that's
it did need to be raised. So
right on time. Right before the turn of the new year. I'm here at Technica House in New York City, where we last met with Nick Offerman. Today wouldn't be an office holiday party without some office guests. I'm here with Jacob Derwin of Technica House, who is waving at a camera that can't see him. And our old friend, Natalina Lopez. Natty Lopez is here too, helping me out with our special delights. Now, if you haven't seen or heard this kind of episode before, we have an office holiday party every year. It started 4 years ago when a listener named Pam in Seattle suggested, well, she sent us this specific challenge. Forget eggnog and Sprite. The answer...
Forget everything you thought you knew about eggnog and Sprite.
Well, which already wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But we had listeners who had written in saying, my friend likes to combine eggnog and Sprite, and it's disgusting. And I agreed. It's not the best. But Pam had written in saying the answer is not eggnog and Sprite. The answer is eggnog and orange soda.
What they don't teach you in school about combining eggnog with other drinks.
That's right. This one hack drives doctors crazy.
They don't know. I know this trick.
That's right. And we did. We tried it, eggnog and orange soda, and year over year, it has only gotten more creamsically delicious. I believe it was Monty Belmonte who referred to it as a Fanta Claus. I don't know if that's the official title.
You know what? I'm on board for that. I usually, as you know, usually Monty's puns just make me angry.
Sure.
I love the guy. He's a wonderful guy.
Wonderful guy.
But those puns just make me angry. But in the naming of a cocktail or beverage, I think a pun is appropriate. Fanta Claus is pretty
so
rock
good.
solid. Yeah.
Monty's puns make me happy.
That's
I should
good.
just say.
So they're a net neutral in the universe.
Well, we are fans of Fanta Claus here. We enjoy it every year. And in fact, we're going to have a little different variation on it later in the episode. But that experiment kicked off our annual holiday office party, where we send out a call to you, the listeners, for your favorite or least favorite traditional family holiday interesting foods. Whether it's appetizers, main courses, actually we never do a main course, beverage, whatever it is, usually starters. We've had cocktail wieners braised in grape jelly and yellow mustard. We've rolled cream cheese into slices of ham. And indeed, we've even eaten moon poop, which was sent in by our listener Randall in Kentucky. That was a family favorite of his. He had never even tried it because it looked so disgusting. It's a 5-cup salad. Let me see if I can remember what's in it. It's one cup of crushed pineapple, 1 cup of mandarin orange slices, 1 cup of multicolored mini marshmallows, 1 cup of shredded and I think probably sweetened coconut, and then 1 cup of sour cream. Let it refrigerate for 17 days. It only gets better.
America does amazing work with cream cheese and sour cream, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
We've done some amazing work with all of those ingredients today, but that was moon poop. I actually kind of liked. It was more sugar than I had eaten in a year. And I'm going to repeat the process here because while we have had at least one gelatinized treat in the past, Will's family favorite tomato soup salad, which is you put some tomato soup with some unflavored gelatin, some bell peppers and some onions into a ring mold, chill, and then cut it up. And if you're in Will's family, fight each other to eat the last morsel of it. In my family, we just drop it into a UPS bag and drop it off at UPS to be sent to any place. Get away from us.
Send it to Abu Dhabi with Nermal.
We have never for all of the moon poops and tomato soup salad, we haven't really broached the very popular, typically Midwestern JELLO based salad until today. We're going to shut our pie holes and open our JELLO bellies. Oops, it's all JELLOs. And Natty's here going to help me serve up the JELLOs. We've already taken some video, but I'll take some quick video of the JELLO before it's ruined. There's Natty. And there are 4 salads. What are they all about? Jesse's about to explain to you starting now. What's our salad number 1, Jesse?
People, watch your tummies. Horses, watch your hooves. It's an all JELLO edition.
Oh, no.
That's right. That's right.
Before I tell you this first salad, can I tell you how I celebrated the holiday food-wise?
Sure.
My own Los Angeles adventure in holiday food eating.
Mm-hmm.
I've been taking the bus to work. Shout out to the number 81 bus. The new Max Fun office is in downtown Los Angeles. Very easy to access by bus. I was on the bus, sort of towards the back the other day. And, there's people on the bus that are maintaining a chatter.
Mm-hmm. I also heard that the people on the bus go up and down.
That's a great point about the people on the bus. But, like when you're playing infield in baseball, you're supposed to maintain a chatter. You say, hey, batter,
hey, batter.
Hum, baby.
Yeah,
right?
I saw
carrots.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Rutabaga.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, what's the one?
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a guy across the bus aisle from me who was maintaining a chatter. He had a dialogue going with most people on the bus. Welcome or unwelcome.
Sure.
Not hostile.
Right.
But enthusiastic.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sitting there. I'm wearing my headphones. I'm looking dead ahead. Then I see his arm reach out towards me. And he goes, want an orange?
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
So I said, no, thank you. I'm fine. I don't even really like oranges, to be honest with you.
Mm-mm.
I'm not against them, but.
Sure.
And he goes, take the orange. And I'm like, all right, I'll take the orange. Thank you. Got off the bus. It was just before my stop. So I took the orange, got off the bus, looked at it, brought it back to my office, put it on my desk. Next day, I thought to myself, I'm going to eat the orange.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I ate the orange.
And it was
and
okay.
I lived to tell the tale.
Wow.
Thank you, guy on the bus. For that nice.
I'm very glad. I'm very glad that it was a delicious. What would you say? A navel orange?
This was a navel orange.
Yeah.
And then I was watching an All Creatures Great and Small holiday special, as I want to do.
Yeah.
And Tristan, I believe, was dressed as Santa Claus and
That's
was handing out oranges to the village children.
That's right. At least it was a navel. I'm glad it was a navel orange and not a roofie satsuma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Maybe as a special holiday treat, I'll tell you the story later about how my wife, who's a whole human being in her own right, ordered Valium from Karachi off of an email that she got.
Okay, here's a food. This is great. This is a great episode already.
Already pretty good.
Here's a food from Katie in Baltimore, Maryland. It's called Pretzel Salad.
Pretzel salad. We've talked about this one.
This is an interesting one. It's got a crust on the bottom made of pretzels. On top of that is a cream mixture containing cream cheese, Cool Whip, and sugar. I love that this is 2 of these white Midwestern ingredients. Then on top of that layer is strawberry jello mixed with chopped strawberries. Katie's family eats this every Christmas Eve. She notes it is a side dish. Yeah. It goes on the plate with turkey, potatoes, and gravy. In other words, it is not a dessert. So this is...
No, to be clear, none of these are desserts. These are all
No.
side dishes. Thank you very much for pointing that out, Katie.
So this is pretzels, then a layer of cream cheese, Cool Whip, and sugar, then a layer of strawberry Jell-O mixed with chopped strawberries.
Now, look, I halved this recipe. I'll tell you one is, look, on the bottom layer, and I just took a photo of the strata, which you can see on our show page, social medias, maybe right here on YouTube. On the bottom layer, it's crushed up pretzels mixed with equal amounts of butter and brown sugar, baked for 10 minutes at 350, allowed to cool. Then the second layer is the Cool Whip. What is it? Cool Whip and sugar and cream cheese. Cool Whip is sugar. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I halved the recipe and I added a half a cup of granulated sugar just to make that second layer, and then the strawberry Jell-O on top. And actually, it turns out we've tried this before, right, Jennifer? Or I have.
You two have. Yeah, I didn't for some reason. I think I was, whatever. It doesn't matter. You two have.
I don't remember eating it at all. I'm looking at it on the plate right now. It is not in strata particularly because of the serving process.
I was very sad when I went to serve it because it looked nicer in the dish that I prepared it in.
It looked like a little trifle in the dish, but now it just kind of looks like a little mush.
It does look like a little mush.
My initial guess, though, is that while I would not want to eat this with my turkey, I would want to eat this. That's my guess. My guess is that I will want to eat this.
You know, actually, Jesse, I was reminded by a listener, Kate in Minneapolis, that indeed I tried this at the Fitzgerald Theater in St. Paul, Minnesota earlier this year. There was a dispute between Marin and her husband, Mike, it says here, about what to bring to their neighborhood block party. And she brought some pretzel salad. I had no memory of this because my mind was still blown by the baby kangaroos that were.
I haven't literally remembered anything since the time I held a baby kangaroo, other than that I held a baby kangaroo.
Yeah, it was the best. That one, though, was made with raspberry Jell-O. This one is strawberry Jell-O. I remember liking it. Are you ready to take a test? Taste test?
Yeah.
Ready to take a taste is what I wanted to say.
Jell-O on my script.
Ooh.
Jell-O on my script. Alert.
Trying to get a little bit of everything.
Mm.
Here we go.
I wish that I had thought to have the recipe because then I would have leftover Cool Whip. And every time I have to make something for one of these episodes with Cool Whip, which is, once a year, I'm like, oh, I love this stuff.
Don't worry, Jennifer. When you bought my supplies and had them sent to me, I think you accidentally bought the industrial size Cool Whip. So I've got plenty, and I could probably send that to you via book rate mail, and it would still be good by the time it reached you. Look at this. I'm automatically having an extra bite here. I don't need
This is really good.
It's good. This is really good.
I'm a big fan.
This is 10,000% a dessert, by the way.
Right?
This does not belong.
No.
If you believe in honoring dessert in any way, look, many cultures don't eat dessert at the end of a meal.
Mm-hmm.
If in your family you eat dessert in the middle of the meal and cheese at the end or whatever, good for you. I support that.
Yeah.
But if you believe in the existence of dessert, if you are not a dessert denialist, this is a dessert. This is not like cranberry sauce. Like cranberry sauce, this is not like eating apples with pork or something like that.
Right.
It's not a relish.
It's not pork chops and applesauce.
Yes, Virginia, there is a dessert, and it's called pretzel salad. Natty, you want a bite of this pretzel salad? Do you have an extra spoon over there?
It's also not a pretzel-based food. This is not a pretzel salad. This is a strawberry Jell-O salad.
Hang on, Natty's going to eat it right out of the container.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Natalina confirms.
Thank you very much. I'll hold on to my spoon for later.
And I think the cream cheese, which is the ingredient that is in these things that I feel like I am probably least likely to use at home for that purpose, does help give some substance to that creamy layer and also keep that creamy layer from exclusively being sweet.
Yeah.
Which is important because you're eating it with Jell-O, which is exclusively sweet.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I would be curious to try it without the half cup of sugar blended into the Cool Whip and cream cheese, or maybe a quarter cup. I don't think it needs to be as sweet as it is in the middle. And I'll say this,
No.
I'm not a fan of strawberry. I like strawberry ice cream from time to time. But unless a strawberry is perfect, it's garbage, as far as I'm
Right.
concerned, like most berries. And I don't love strawberry flavored stuff, but this all works really nicely together. It's good. Good job,
yeah.
Katie.
Katie mentioned that in her family, if like somebody is making it and they want to take a shortcut, sometimes they'll do frozen strawberries.
Okay. Jennifer, I have the letter here.
Good. I forgot.
She said specifically, as we got older, whichever aunt was in charge of making this would sometimes take shortcuts like using frozen strawberries. Bad idea.
Ooh.
They added too much water and the whole thing was a runny mess. Everyone ate it anyway. It's also a bad idea to try to use real whipped cream. You really need the synthetic texture to hold the middle together.
That I was really struck by last night or yesterday afternoon when I was chopping the strawberries and realized it's December. Even here in California, in Southern California, where you can get all kinds of produce almost year round, it is hard to find a good strawberry.
No.
And I was like, good thing these are just going into JELLO.
The strawberries that I received, and this is not a comment on your ordering. There was nothing you could do, Jennifer. Strawberries I received were trash berries.
Right. I mean, same.
It's more of a comment on why Los Angeles is a better city than New York.
Well, I did an order for pickup at a local-ish chain grocer. So the strawberries that were picked out for me as well, also trash here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but you don't need good strawberries to chop for this JELLO situation. It all worked out great.
Yeah, I wondered if that's why somebody might opt for frozen, in which case, let them defrost before you put them in.
And you know what? Can I add something to that?
Sure.
Please.
If you're going to defrost them, why not defrost them in a sieve or in a colander over a bowl?
Yep.
Let the juices drip down into the bowl. Use the juices to make the strawberry JELLO.
I don't want to spoil anything, but that's an interesting thought that you have.
Yeah,
Great.
There's something that might come up soon in that regard. that gelatin hack might just come up again. But first, I think we have a holiday-themed dispute to hear.
Yeah, this is from Vanessa in Fort Collins, Colorado. That salad, I put it at arm's length and I keep wanting to go back and eat more of it.
I keep wanting to eat it and I'm like, wait, I'm on camera. I need to stop just like shoving food down my gullet.
You can eat throughout. You don't have to stop. Enjoy all your JELLOs.
I need to save room for the rest.
Yeah.
But there's plenty in the fridge downstairs, Jesse, because I didn't half the recipe. I made the whole thing.
There's a lot of JELLO space down here in Daddy's Tum Tum.
Yeah, as we move forward, you're gonna be glad you didn't save room. Trust me.
You're gonna have a real bowl full of jelly down here.
One bite of some of these you're gonna be happy enough.
Okay, Vanessa in Fort Collins, Colorado. My husband wants to buy a new snow globe every year for Christmas. He says it's festive. The kids love it. I think they're tacky. I don't want to put up 20 snow globes that require outlets all around the house. That require outlets?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
We have 5 so far.
Okay.
Where does it end?
Well,
can I just say, on my way to work, coincidentally, I was listening to the Cameron song Kill a Cam.
Yeah.
And in that song, he says, let's say, ladies, say I'm tacky, range look like Laffy Taffy. And then he says, you unhappy, Scrappy? I got Pataki at me. Cameron's an amazing rapper.
Talk about George Pataki, the former governor of New York.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was after Cameron. Kill a Cam.
If you think Jesse Thorn's the only one who's going to be reciting certain rap lyrics on this episode, stick around.
Wow.
Woo!
I got something loaded up for you all.
John, I think you're keeping computers Putin, to quote Kill a Cam.
Well, I am a personal computer.
Another great thing Cameron said. Oh, of course.
That was good.
Wink.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Vanessa, I gotta say, Vanessa in Fort Collins must be a relatively new listener to the podcast. Thank you very much for discovering the podcast. The reason I say that is because not too long ago, I think it was episode 194. All right, that's pretty long ago. Our famous episode, Do You Want to Hoard Some Snow Globes? We talked about this very topic. I think it was 2 husbands, one of whom wanted to get an untold number of snow globes themed to the movie Frozen.
Mhm.
And that was where we first coalesced around the settled law, the difference between a hoard and a collection as a display case. Are they all piled up in the corner or are they displayed nicely? I mean, I got to say, these got to be displayed nicely because apparently they light up or something. Like, why do you need
Yeah.
outlets for a snow globe?
For some reason, I immediately thought of them shooting zap rays.
Oh,
Zap rays?
Yeah. I just imagined that if you plugged in a snow globe, it would shoot zap rays. I don't know why.
do you remember that thing? I don't remember the scientific principle.
The plasma ball?
Yeah, the plasma
The plasma ball. And you touch it and it goes,
And it goes
and a little line of energy goes up to your fingertip.
Let's just talk about products you can buy at the Nature Company in Berkeley.
Oh, I would see those at Spencer's Gifts.
This is the difference in our childhood lifestyles.
Right. This is also a different podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like Hellman's Mayonnaise and Best Foods on different sides of the Mississippi. It's Spencer's Gifts every year.
In this case, it's different sides of like roughly San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I would first of all order, Vanessa, that you listen to that episode of the podcast and see if you glean any wisdom there. Second, I would order you get 20 plasma balls because those are cool and your kids will love them.
Oh, yeah.
Third of all, I mean, are there kids in this household? I don't know. It doesn't say here, right? Yeah, no, the kids love it. There are kids there. The kids love it. Before you start bah humbugging these snow globes, bear in mind that if you said you don't want 20 of them, right? And if your husband gets one every year, by the time the 20th is acquired, those kids will be grown-ups and out of the house. And the snow globes will be all that you have left of them. Those will be your final memories.
Oh, my.
I would say,
I mean, they'll still have that sled that says Rosebud.
I would say that a new snow globe every year will become a little unbearable. Once you get to 12, then it's one in and one out. 12 for each day of Christmas is what I say. That's more of a curse than
that's
a
a good
ruling
one.
for you, Vanessa, but I had to come up with something.
Here's the thing. I am less opposed to these snow globes if they are specific holiday decor
Mhm.
that goes up at a certain time and gets put away at a certain time.
That was the impression that I got from the letter.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine having 20 snow globes because you've acquired one every year.
Uh-huh.
If you are putting them up on December 1st and taking them down either January 1st or on the final day of Christmas if you celebrate all the days of Christmas
point.
because you are Catholic or something, or just old-fashioned.
Mhm.
However, if there's any risk of these bleeding into like November, late January, then I say throw them all away.
Jesse, you raise a good point, which is that I had the number wrong. You shouldn't get 12 snow globes for the 12 days of Christmas. You should get 25 of them. And
For Advent?
Yeah, use them as an Advent calendar. Sorry, Vanessa.
That's fine.
I just don't think the one thing that I'm concerned about here is that apparently all of the ones they've bought so far are electric.
Right. And also, why is Vanessa having to like find the outlets?
You know what the other thing I imagined besides the zap rays
Yeah.
was possibly that the Virgin Mary was inside them and she was lit from behind.
Well, that sounds beautiful.
That sounds gorgeous.
I don't think that you should get any more electric ones. I'll say that. That seems excessive to me. 5 electrics, 5 electric snow globes, and 20 more that aren't electric, and a partridge in a pear tree. That's it.
Jennifer, ladies think I'm tacky. Range looks like Laffy Taffy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my ruling. That's my gavel on Vanessa. I forgot to rule on the JELLO. Where's the pretzel salad again? You still have it? And as far as this JELLO is concerned, it's good.
Oh no. John Hodgman just gabbled the JELLO.
You don't need to tell them what happened. Go over on YouTube. You can see a close-up. I just filmed it.
Did I say John Hodgman? I meant Gallagher 3.
Welcome to the splash zone. We better take a break to clean up here. It's not that messy. It's going to get worse.
The splash zone. John Hodgman's got an orca over there. Okay. We'll be back in just a second on the Judge John Hodgman podcast. Welcome back to the Judge John Hodgman podcast as we celebrate the holidays with our annual holiday party. This year, wall-to-wall JELLO. Okay. This one is also a strawberry flavored JELLO salad.
Yes, all of our JELLO salads are in festive hues of red and green. This
And
is
none of them are salads.
Well, we'll decide. Well, we voted the last one was a dessert, not a salad, despite what Katie said. Who brings us this dessert? And Natty Lopez, you might serve it up now.
This one is from Elizabeth in Bellingham, Washington. She says, my mom got this recipe from a neighbor, Debbie. You think it was my Aunt Debbie? Probably.
Probably your Aunt Debbie.
Probably Debbie, right?
Yeah, seems likely.
She's a realtor specializing in lifestyle transitions in Northern Virginia. Debbie Miller. Look her up. She always served it at fancy dinners with holiday foods. However, my Jehovah's Witness family did not officially celebrate holidays. So these dinners were held after Thanksgiving or Christmas. We technically were not celebrating anything. That's how God likes it. Technical.
Yeah.
You fooled him. Okay, so as I look at my plate here, John, I see a cream layer and I see a JELLO layer, but I also have some concerns about a Pyrex that has been brought to us. Can you tell me what's going on
That's right. Natty, would you mind there's something missing from this one. It's a little garnish that was recommended. It is some grated cheddar cheese. Yes.
Look at that.
Freshly grated cheddar cheese. Thank you very much. This is a 2-star podcast studio, by the way. Let me go ahead and take a little video of this.
Natty is grating live in the
I'll take as much cheese as you'll give me. Thank you very much.
It's like at a restaurant when they do the Parmesan.
Yeah.
And then you tell them when.
And I'm always like, is it okay if I keep not saying when?
That's right.
Go on.
At what point?
Go on.
At what point does it get weird?
So this is a combo of
when you hit the rind.
I'll eat the rind. I don't care.
So this is a combo of strawberry JELLO and cherry JELLO.
That's right.
With I have the recipe. So for me, it was half a can of cherry pie filling mixed in. And then again, we have a cream cheese and Cool Whip whipped blended topping, but without the extra half cup of granulated sugar. And then it is topped with some grated cheddar cheese is the recommendation, which kind of evokes, do you guys ever have apple pie with a slice of cheddar cheese over there in the West?
It's not something we have, but it's something I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm sure there are places where you can have that, but it's not like a common thing the way it is in some parts of the Midwest.
Jacob or Natty Lopez, you ever hear of that? Slice of cheddar cheese with your apple pie? I feel like it's like an upstate New York thing, maybe. I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you ever enjoy cheese with your pie. All right, now I'm going to eat this.
I started just by eating some cheese just to kind of
cleanse the palate, prepare the palate, amuse-bouche.
Load up with some protein, you know.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say I was absolutely right. The cream cheese Cool Whip mixture does not need added sugar. It tastes delicious in my mind.
Have you eaten it with cheese yet, John?
Yes, I have. I'm trying to get it all together. I will say that Katie, with regard to the pretzel salad, was right. That the Cool Whip with the sugar and the cream cheese does hold its shape more. I'm trying to get one bite all together. Here it goes.
That's a lot better than I expected.
It's better than I expected too. And I keep going in for more, but there's something about the texture with the cheese, the grated cheddar, that I don't love, but the taste isn't bad. It's just the
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed.
I'm really working this out.
I don't like sweet cheese, but I'm not opposed to eating cheddar, like a slice of cheddar with an apple slice.
I'm mostly getting texture from this cheese.
Yeah.
I think that if you wanted to really amp it up, you would do like a red Leicester, but a much stronger cheddar. This is good though. I don't mind it.
Yeah. I went with just like the regular store brand sharp cheddar because I figure
I'm sure that's what they use.
That's what I was like, in this circumstance, like with these dishes, I think that's what is the common ingredient.
I'll say this, to me, it tastes like a pretty good cherry pie. but I'm missing some crust.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Elizabeth
I'll
in
say-
Bellingham, Washington.
I think anything is better if you add pastry to it. I
Yeah.
love a pastry crust, but I'm 100% with you, John, on the mixture of Cool Whip and cream cheese, which is sweet but not profoundly sweet. Is really good.
Yeah.
I really like that. And the cheese flavor just mostly adds roundness to the overall profile. Like it's a little bit of saltiness.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't it doesn't taste super cheesy as you eat it, although I have had some bites where the finish is cheesy.
Yeah.
Where I am as the sort of more liquidy ingredients strain through my teeth and down my gullet.
Or you don't have a baleen
No,
to
I'm
strain
a
your liquid
whale.
fillings? All right.
The cheese flavor remains, but I actually don't mind that either. And again, like I'm somebody like if you told me that you were serving me, panna cotta or something,
Mhm.
sweet cheesy, that's not really what I love.
Do you guys know that sweet cheese is my nickname?
Sweet cheese.
That's
Oh,
what they
a
called
little-
you at Camp Tawonga or
A
whatever.
little panna cotta in the Cool Whip might be interesting for this one. I'll tell you this. I like it. Thank you, Elizabeth from Bellingham, Washington. I don't like it so much that I'm going to insist that Natty Lopez eat some. You're welcome to, but I think you get the idea.
I bet this would be better. You know what? I'm prepared to say that in future, I'll be putting a layer of pretzels at the bottom of this
Yeah.
and calling that both of the other things.
The pretzels pretzels on the bottom is a really amazing innovation.
Mhm.
We have another little dispute before we make a final ruling on this JELLO salad. What's going on in Joshua Tree, California, Jesse?
This is from, just taking a stab at this one, Elodie.
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 Yeah, I think that's right.
In Joshua Tree, California.
Mhm.
Around this time of year, whenever I knock on a friend or family member's door, I pretend I'm a Christmas caroler.
Mhm. What?
I think this joke is delightful, but my partner hates it. He says I'm holding people hostage with my songs. Please order him to join my whimsy. He's a very good singer.
What is pretending to be a Christmas carol? How is that different from just being a Christmas caroler? Like she's got to be singing a song.
Yeah, she's singing, and then when the friend or family member opens the door, they're like, Elodie, it's just you, not a lone caroler.
Well, no,
Carol
she's not
was my
alone. She's
nickname.
Elodie's probably there with her partner, who is,
But he's silent, so until
melting into a pool of bah humbug and anger.
Yeah, but
and
he's
embarrassment.
quiet.
Yeah, he's quiet.
So until they open the door, they're thinking there's just one person there.
Have you guys seen The Muppet Family Christmas?
A Muppet
Not in
Family
years and years.
Christmas.
With John Denver?
No, this is not the John Denver special.
Oh, that's the one.
Uh,
That's the good stuff. That's the pretzel
this-
salad of it all.
The Muppet Family Christmas is the only Muppet media that features a full crossover between the Disney Muppets, the Sesame Street Muppets, and the Fraggles.
Whoa.
Oh.
All of them are featured in this special. And there's a point at which the classic Muppets, the Muppet movie Muppets, Muppet Show Muppets, are holed up in this country cottage in a snowstorm, as is traditional. And then all the Sesame Street Muppets come caroling
I don't like it.
to their door. And I am not going to lie, I almost started crying
I
because
understand.
it was so sweet.
I know.
Because it's so sweet. Jennifer, were you at the office the day that Oscar the Grouch and Big Bird came to visit us?
Yeah. I think so.
Carol Spinney, the performer who performed as Oscar the Grouch and Big Bird, was on Bullseye once.
Yeah.
And he brought Oscar the Grouch. And we took pictures with Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah.
He suggested it.
It's amazing.
And he was he's passed away, the sweetest man I have ever met in my life. And I'm just like, when I see Big Bird, I just start crying.
Yeah, of course. Of course, they're all wonderful, but I'll tell you what, I don't like the Sesame Street Muppets caroling at the Muppet Show Muppets house. First of all, the Muppet Show Muppets don't all live together.
Maybe they're on a trip together.
They're on a trip together, John.
They're professional colleagues. That's why I like them. They're not a family. They're a work family.
Well, maybe they're on they're touring. We've stayed in a house together.
Now,
yeah, John, what are we?
Look, I had the pleasure of performing a live reading of the Muppets.
Sorry, I think there's a problem down the line. What are we, John?
What's that? I just heard static. Point is,
Go ahead, tell your story.
We're a work family. I mean, I would love to have a work family like the Muppets have the work family. That's part of the reason why I love the Muppet Show. But I had the great pleasure of performing in a live staged reading of the Muppets Take Manhattan. A guy named Matt Wilkie does these staged readings of these Muppet movies in Los Angeles mostly, but he came to New York with Mark Evan Jackson performing as Kermit, Paul F. Tompkins as Fozzie, and the amazing Nina West as Miss Piggy. I was so happy to be performing with these wonderful people, but I hate that movie. I hate it. Muppets Take Manhattan. You ever see it? No? Anybody?
You hate the Muppets Take Manhattan?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, it's fine. It's
because
a B+
it's not
at
as
best.
good as the Muppet movie?
Well, nothing in the world is. But I'll say this. The Muppets movie at least acknowledged the falsity of the idea that they all met on this road trip together. This made me very nervous when I saw the Muppet movie as a child, because I was like, that's not how they met. Like Scooter, I remember when Scooter met Kermit at the Muppet Show, he said his uncle owned the theater, and that was the moment they met, not before. And at least at the beginning of the Muppet movie, Robin says to Kermit, is this really how we met? And Kermit says, no, well, sort of. So he acknowledges it's a fictional retelling. The Great Muppet Caper, amazing movie, but I only was able to accept the Muppets were in this new context where they were not on the Muppet Show, right? They were like living in London as newspaper reporters, which is, again, they're not actors. It's just when the reality of it's just hard for me. We should probably cut all of this.
Is it possible that it's like an extended sketch?
Is it possible? Let me ask you this, John. Is it possible that you are my neurodivergent children and all your concerns with media are what is and isn't canon based?
I mean, there is something there. It's not just that it was canon. It's just like I loved that they all came to work together in the theater and then went home. And these other realities are hard for me to suspend my disbelief because I love their working, just like I love the working relationship of Star Trek The Next Generation, where they're all just like highly professional colleagues who get along and don't bother each other. I love that. And I was like, I gave Great Muppet Caper a pass because I don't love that Kermit and Fozzie are supposed to be siblings, but the joke that they are identical twins is the best joke in cinema as far as I'm concerned. But I'll tell you one thing about the Muppets Take Manhattan. No way did they all go to college together. No, that's not what happened. No way were they babies together. No. And
wait a minute.
They met as adults.
They're babies together in the Muppet Family Christmas, so I can't recommend that you.
Yeah, I can't handle it.
They're also babies together in Muppet Babies.
I don't even know what I'm just getting static when you say that. And they and Piggy and Kermit certainly do not get married because their relationship is beyond a romantic relationship. It is supposed to be will they, won't they for the rest of their lives.
The Christmas Caroler.
Oh, yeah, we were still talking about this person. I forgot about it.
Pretend caroler.
I'll tell you what, I grew up in a somewhat of a restrained bah humbug household. I mean, we loved Christmas. We celebrated Christmas. Both my parents were lapsed Catholics. We didn't have a lot of big Christmas traditions, but then the Rosenmeyers moved next door. And the Rosenmeyers, I think I may have mentioned on this, the father was Danish by birth, and they brought a lot of old world Yule to the party. They lit their Christmas tree with legit candles. Like it was an incredible fire hazard. It was so exciting to watch that tree try to burn the house down. And they went caroling, legit, unapologetic, door to door, multi-vocal caroling. And Peter Rosenmeyer their son, who was and is my good friend, who's older than me by a few years. But boy, did that kid have some pipes. And he roped me into it. And I went door to door singing Dona Nobis Pacem. And it was
Dona
Nobis Pacem. What?
That was John's part.
That was me. Why was that me? Okay.
That was you. Well, it wasn't Peter Rosenbaum or whatever.
Peter Rosenmeyer. Peter Rosenmeyer had a beautiful, not what do you call a male tenor voice? Yeah, really beautiful tenor voice. I was on the lower end. Do da. I was doing it like Tom Waits. Do da. Anyway,
no,
beautiful song. People in Brookline, Massachusetts had never seen anything like this before. And it was so wonderful. And yeah, I mean, Elodie and your husband, you both got the wrong idea. One, don't be embarrassed if your wife wants to sing at the door of a friend or a family at the holiday time. Two, Elodie, don't make it meta. Don't make it meta. Just go ahead and do it. What's the best Christmas carol? I mean, Carol Spinney is one of the best. I like Dona Nobis Pacem. I'll tell you what, I remember when we were going door to door in Brookline, Good King Wenceslas. That was a banger. That rocked. People got into that one.
Carol Kane is Jewish, but a classic Christmas carol, given her role in Scrooge.
That's correct.
Good point. Anyway, that's my ruling. Go ahead next year, or no, this year. Well, it depends on when you hear this. Oh, no, this is coming out on New Year's Eve, looks like to me.
Yes.
Happy New Year. Well, if you're listening to this at 11:30 or waiting for the ball to drop on New Year's Eve, Elodie and husband in Joshua Tree, California, get out there and do some New Year's Eve caroling. But not if you've been drinking. All right, that's what I rule there. And as far as this goes, this is definitely a dessert, and it's pretty good.
Sorry, Audio Technica. Thank you for your hospitality.
Now, Jacob, let me explain what happened there. When I did the first one, I was like, that didn't go too bad at all. And then that really went farther than I wanted. We'll make sure that it all gets cleaned up. Maybe let's take a little break.
No, bees. Jim.
And we're back here at our last visit to Technica House in New York City, where I just smashed a strawberry cheesecake JELLO surprise. Surprise! It smashed real good. It went further than the pretzel salad, I have to say. So I'll give it an extra grade for that.
Did it get on the Audio Technica brand sushi making machine?
Yeah, that's right. Jesse, what do we got coming up next?
Okay, we're done with strawberry jello. It's time for lime jello.
Oh, nice.
This is from Joanne in Oakfield, New York. It's called Lime Cottage Salad. This is what she says. My grandma always made this side dish for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. Now my mom adds maraschino cherries on top for Christmas colors. I genuinely like this recipe, even though I don't like cottage cheese. But to be fair, if I hadn't grown up with it, I wouldn't even touch it.
Now, you can probably see that Natty Lopez has put it on a couple of leaves of romaine lettuce and is topping it with some probably 6-year-old maraschino cherries that I found in the back of my refrigerator.
You could also put cherries on top for Mexican Independence Day.
Really?
Chiles en nogada. It has what do you I want to say? Persimmons. What's the fruit with all the red seeds inside of it? Pomegranate.
I'll tell you. If you want something to look a little festive, pomegranate seeds are your friends. They're like little red jewels. And they're beautiful. And they're beautiful. And we put them on top of the chicken ruby, which is the chicken tikka masala I make out of the Dishoom cookbook. It's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. This is in honor of Jennifer in Williamsburg, Virginia, who suggested a different Jello salad that we might do next time, an equally green one that her grandmother would always serve on a leaf of iceberg, and she called it very fancy. What's something, I'm going to give this a try, but while you're eating it, think of this.
It looks horrific.
Oh, okay, yeah. So to be clear, this is lime Jello mixed with cottage cheese and drained pineapple chunks from a can. And this is the case, Jesse, where we used, upon the instructions of the recipe, the liquid from the can of pineapple to make the Jello.
That's right.
So,
and in the preparation for this, it was a real tough one for me. And then I had the idea to use a candy cane silicone thing or mold. I don't know how it ended up in my home, who gave it to me, what I was supposed to do with it. But I was like, oh, I'll put this Jello in here. And it came out really easily. We'll put a photo up that we have. But it didn't look like a candy cane because it's just the shape of a candy cane. But then I realized it looked like a J for J Squad.
there you go.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
It looks like an alien's brain.
Yeah. I mean, we had
texture
moon
was
poop
tough.
last year. This is like moon barf.
When we look at this,
I don't
It
want to
looks-
eat it.
shiny, wet, and mint green. The pineapple chunks are not particularly visually evident, although if you look closely, they just look like sickly discolorations in the green.
Yeah.
The white chunks of cottage cheese are very apparent
Yes.
and very distasteful in their appearance.
Yeah,
I'm not
and-
sure I blended the cottage cheese into mine as well as I could have.
Well, that's what I kept thinking was going on with mine. But then I looked at the link that Joanne sent and like all of the photos of
Oh, okay.
similar
They
lime
match?
cottage salads, and like they look a little chunky.
Okay.
I guess I never knew how much I did not want to see cottage cheese glisten.
I'll tell you, I'm going to just give it a little video, just a little jiggle test. It jiggles and then it oozes. I think that it may have been out of the fridge for a little bit too long. That
Oh,
said, enough talk. We got to eat this thing.
spoonful.
Okay, I'm going to take my spoonful.
Joanne, I just automatically had a second spoonful. I don't hate it.
I'm so happy that somebody doesn't hate
I'm
it.
not getting anywhere near these cherries. Natty Lopez just confirmed they expired in 2023.
Jennifer, I just want to say as I put this plate back down on the coffee table in front of us, I'm really grateful for the hard work that you put in making all this food. And this isn't a rejection of you in any way. This is a rejection of Joanne in Oakfield, New
Yeah.
York,
No,
and her entire family,
Now,
her grandmother in particular.
Joanne, I don't mind it at all. Natty Lopez, you don't want to have a bite, do you? Now, some of you may recall Natty Lopez was our social media specialist for a long time and then moved on to obviously greater things. She's eating Jello professionally now. But over there at Max Fun HQ, we have the wonderful Megan Rosati who has just stepped in to the role and is killing it as our current social media specialist. And by current, that suggests that's like saying, yeah, this is my current wife. That's not what I mean. Our very welcome new social media specialist.
that's right. And she's listening in to the recording downstairs, getting plates ready as we need them, bringing them up. She's really, doing a great job down there. So thanks, Megan.
Our studio here at the new Maximum Fun HQ is in essentially a castle spire.
Yes, it
Cool.
is.
So she's really getting her steps in.
She is. She is.
And
Every
she's
time I
doing that,
come up
like-
here, I'm like,
It's like a JELLO workout.
And when you leave those comments for us on the YouTube or on the Instagram or on the Facebook or wherever you're leaving your comments or whatever, Megan is watching and listening. And if you've got disputes that you don't feel like filling out that form, just put them in the comments. She'll get them to us.
Here's a case from Greg in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. I always make pizza on Christmas Day. I use a different world flag each year as the inspiration for the toppings. In the past, my kids have had good suggestions. We've done the Welsh flag, which was red sauce dragon on a field of white cheese and green pesto, and the Maryland state flag. But lately, they keep suggesting flags with blue. Guatemalan flag, for example.
Sure.
There are no blue foods. My children are being Grinches. Order them to stop. There's no blue foods. Tell that to the Avatar menu at the burger restaurant that I recently saw.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you could make an Avatar pizza for sure.
I saw it. It came with an ocean blue aioli.
Well,
it's meant to inspire you to think of the blood of the avatars.
I've never once seen a single Avatar.
Crushed
Me
avatar.
either.
If you put the avatars in a press, you get that aioli.
I'm waiting till they all come out on Delta seatbacks so I can see them the way they were meant to be seen. But I will say, I will make this order to Greg in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Your kids can't be Grinches. They're asking for blue foods. Grinch love green. They're being blue meanies. All the same.
Oh.
You can do it.
Mm.
You can do it. And indeed, I order you to do it. Use some blue food coloring and figure out a way to make a blue white pie. And if I got to eat this green salad, you got to eat that blue pizza. And I'm going to very gently, Jacob, very gently gabble on this disgusting fancy salad. Sorry, I actually don't hate it as much as those guys do. But I rule that Greg's got to make blue pizza. And I rule that this salad is donezo.
I have bad news for all assembled.
Go on.
We're going to a break. When we come back, we're going to have to eat a savory lime jello salad.
Oh boy.
I cannot wait. Maybe this will actually be a salad because this was a dessert for sure.
Judge John Hodgman, we're taking a quick holiday break. We hope everyone is having a wonderful new year. We, of course, are headed to San Francisco in the new year. Get your tickets at MaximumFun.org/events. That is going to be a great time. And we've got some more travel on the horizon. We're not announcing it quite yet, but get ready because we're about to announce some shows in another major population center.
A major population center in the United States. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. If you thought it was Jakarta, Indonesia, you're wrong.
That's right, Jesse. Another major population center in the United States and more to come. But hey, speaking of San Francisco Sketchfest, yes, we are very excited to be returning on the 18th to Marines Memorial Theater to perform for you. We do need your disputes for that show. Please send in your San Francisco, Oakland, and otherwise Bay Area disputes to MaximumFun.org/JJHO and let us know if you're going to be at the show or if you want to be at the show and don't otherwise have tickets. If we hear your case on stage, maybe we can help you out. Also, I'll be doing E Pluribus Motto with Janet Varney, the podcast that Janet and I co-host on the subject of state mottos, state birds, state mammals, monsters, and more, with special guest Adam Savage that very same weekend. And the next weekend, I'll be doing riff tracks with our friend Kevin Murphy and Bill Corbett and Mike Nelson, as well as Janet Varney, I believe. So there's a lot going on at San Francisco Sketchfest. We love them, and we love to see you there. It's better when you are there. So please go to MaximumFun.org/events and get your tickets to our show, please.
We also had a wonderful holiday season in the Put This On shop. Thank you so much to everybody who shopped with us. So many Judge John Hodgman listeners bought beautiful things and left little notes and stuff. I really appreciate it. We are in the midst of the post-holiday sale season, and I decided for Judge John Hodgman listeners, a special 25% discount on everything in the store with the code January Justice. Only this month, January Justice. Use that code at putthisonshop.com. Let's get back to the holiday party. Welcome back to the Judge John Hodgman holiday party. It's Oops All JELLO this time around. And we have a former litigant and friend of the court named Afton Cyrus, the senior recipes editor at Simply Recipes. Can you imagine how quickly we would turn away a freaking junior recipes editor? Ugh. Okay. Afton sent us a recipe that she received as a pitch from her colleague Ann Wolfe. They work together at America's Test Kitchen, so it's probably legit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in what sense? That it's probably actually a recipe? Like it probably contains a list of ingredients and a way to prepare them.
Oh,
I mean,
you're
but
gonna
it's like-
you're gonna find out for sure.
Mhm.
This one came from Anne's Mama. It's called cucumber jello mold.
Yeah, mold. Mold is the operative word.
Anne says, my grandma clipped this recipe from a magazine in the 1960s. The first time my mom made it for a holiday dinner, my brother and I couldn't stop laughing about this wobbly mint green vegetable dessert. To my surprise, my brother loved it. It became his must-have holiday dish, one that he would request even after he moved away for graduate school.
All right, let's plate up this lime mold. We discovered it held its shape quite nicely. Let's see if it still does. Yep. Wow. Mine looks like a brick of green.
I have video that I did before we started recording that we'll post on social media of my many attempts to unmold this one. And in the end, it I just took a picture while I was speaking, but in the end it was a mess. It was liquidy and soupy, although what Megan has served us doesn't look as runny as I was expecting it to look based on how the final form on the serving dish.
Martian Nightmare, Grinch Bile. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this food. I've nosed it. It smells of cucumber, and I don't want to eat it.
Cucumber lime. All right, here's what's in this. Lime jello, cream cheese. Super secret ingredient, a little bit of Hodgman love called mayonnaise. Horseradish, lemon juice, diced cucumber, minced onion.
I will say I left out the minced onion from ours because it's a migraine trigger
don't like it.
for Jesse.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Right.
It also, as disgusting as the other elements are, and as much as I generally like onions, frankly, though I can't have raw ones particularly, it is the most nightmarish element of this, even more so to me than the horseradish, the diced onion.
If this were in a ring mold, it might look somewhat more festive and less like a colon stoppage. But all right, I'm going to try it now.
John, yours on camera looks like a cheap special effect.
This is one that I should like because I do prefer savory to sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see a world in which in the 60s and 70s, this would be considered sophisticated and refreshing, and probably the closest thing we have to a genuine salad.
Yeah.
Among all these quote unquote Jello salads.
Yeah.
And I don't want it anywhere near me or my mouth.
I think
That's
I'm
the answer.
good with it. I'm so grateful to Afton for sending it.
Well, look, Afton, and I presume her colleague or former colleague Ann Wolfe, is like Afton, which is to say the best. And, Afton, I saw Afton on the porch of the Blue Hill Wine Shop in Maine. She lives up in Maine there with her wonderful sister Hannah now. We heard their case about whether Hannah should have a working cell phone or not in Maine when we were at the now departed Portland Music Hall in Portland, Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Love Afton. I don't like that she had anything to do with this food being in my mouth. That's my one dispute with Afton.
You know what? I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
He likes it.
And I think it's bad.
Yeah.
I found it dramatically more tolerable than I anticipated.
Yeah.
And I can imagine a world where I like it. If I didn't have a palate that had developed to not like something like this,
Right.
Yeah.
there would be a 30% chance that I would be like, I guess this is what food tastes like. I like it.
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of what I mean in terms of like in the 70s, when you're already surrounded by creme de menthe and grasshoppers, this green pallor would not seem too unusual to you. And if you're used to eating a lot of gelled entrees and things in aspic and jelly salads like this, which were more popular then, I don't think this would seem particularly out of the ordinary. But this minty death color that it's got is not quite for me.
I don't know. I kind of love the color. The color might be my favorite part of it.
I like the color. It does look nice. The color and the scent of cucumber made me think that I might like it because I do really love cucumber and how it smells. But this one was not for me.
To me, this looks like the color of Queen Helene face mask, which my mom wore every night.
I don't know if that's so fun.
And you know what? Even little John Hodgman gave it a try from time to time.
That's so fun. I would do that at like sleepover parties and just be like, ooh, we're so fancy. And maybe put slices of cucumber over our eyes.
Anne said her grandmother started to substitute wasabi for horseradish in the dish after she took a life-changing trip to Japan in the 1970s. She probably redesigned her entire house in Japonisme, wouldn't you say? As it turns out, though, most of the wasabi we have in the United States is horseradish that has been dyed green.
Right.
Then there's a final sentence in this paragraph, John.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it also has mustard.
Of course. Of course. I think what would make this taste even better is if you braised some cocktail wieners in grape jelly and mustard and then inserted them into the middle of it as a little surprise.
I like
that would be surprising. Wieners. I did too.
Have you guys ever?
I would try this with wasabi, whether it's real wasabi or, cheapo tube wasabi, because even though it's a high grade horseradish that's been dyed green, it has a specific kick that I think might be interesting in this. But what I really want to know more about is Anne's grandmother's trip to Japan, her life-changing trip to Japan in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you this. You made me eat this JELLO. Now you have to do me a favor. Go find your grandmother's journal from her trip to Japan. I want to read it. I want to hear about what happened in that life-changing trip to Japan in the 70s. You know what? I need to cleanse my palate as we near the end of the year. Let's celebrate with a toast. Our listener, Marcus, has been inviting us for years to try something that he calls a Tom and Jerry. There's a very old pre-prohibition cocktail called the Tom and Jerry. But this Tom and Jerry, and they might share some DNA with this, I don't know. But this Tom and Jerry is often sold. It's an eggnog type drink. It's an eggy, sugary batter that they sell in jars in the Midwest that you then heat up with water and combine with rum and brandy. I believe that's what we have, right? Would you mind getting a Tom and Jerry ready? Thank you very much, Natalina Lopez. And we're gonna do a little time lapse while the Tom and Jerry's get ready. And we're back through the magic of editing. Time has passed. I have here the Tom and Jerry in front of me. I could have used that time to clean off this gavel, but why? We'll just have that there grossing you out in the background. If you can't
as a remembrance,
see what I'm talking about.
As a remembrance of things past.
If you can't see what I'm talking about, please go over to Judge John Hodgman Pod on YouTube and subscribe if you will. Now, Jennifer, you sent me a jar of Tom and Jerry mix, or what they call disgustingly batter. The Collins brand. There's also a Trader Vic's brand that's circulating around. You can get this online, or if you don't see it at your local store, I believe it's very common in the Midwest. And my understanding is that it's sugar, pasteurized eggs, and spices. Do we have the jar somewhere?
Jennifer's holding the jar, and it looks like a jar that like a fancy mustard would come in.
That's right. That's right. Like a mustard the kind of fancy mustard you put into a lime jello salad. That's what we're talking about. You can't picture it.
You know.
Yeah.
What does it say on the ingredients there on that Collins brand Tom and Jerry batter?
Powdered sugar, dextrose,
Midwestern
eggs.
nightmares.
Yes, eggs, powdered milk, water, starch, spices, vanilla.
And the deal with the Tom and Jerry is you take the batter, you boil or heat up some water, about 2 tablespoons per cup of water, or milk. You could use hot milk. And then you glug in, what do we do? About an ounce of cheap brandy, right? And an ounce of Gosling's dark rum. And this is a holiday tipple from Marcus in the Midwest.
Gosling's dark rum, by the way, made of real goslings.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's terrific.
Jennifer has mixed.
Tastes like eggnog to me.
Jennifer has mixed some of the paste
A little behind the scenes. Hey, Megan, I could use some napkins or paper towels. Maybe one of them a little damp, please.
What happened over there at
just a
Max Fun
lot
HQ?
Colin's batter ended up on my hands somehow. How?
Oh yeah,
Unclear.
yeah.
That batter gets everywhere.
Were you scooping it out with your fingers like a bear eating honey out of a hive?
Was I not supposed to?
Mm-hmm. You can also make it with milk or cream. This was with water, and it's fine. But I would up the ante with some milk, I think.
Thank you, Megan.
And it tastes very festive, I would say. You can top it with a little whatchamacallit, Cool Whip. I don't want to top it with Cool Whip though, Natty Lopez. We don't need to get the Cool Whip again. I think that's already wending its way to Jennifer Marmor via book mail.
We don't have alcohol in ours because it is too early in the day for me, and
Jesse doesn't drink.
Jesse doesn't drink. So we're just, and this is a normal.
I will say that drinking it without booze, I want it to be made from milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it needs that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does. I think it needs that body.
I think so too.
And the Collins jar tells you can make it with milk.
Mm-hmm.
And the Collins jar also tells you to add specifically, as we have done, brandy and rum, which is a combo that I never would have thought of, but I think works nicely in this. And I would say I will often drink eggnog plain. I enjoy the taste of eggnog quite a bit. And there are people in my family who will add alcohol to the eggnog. I rarely ever do because I just love it. I mean, it's a kind of drinkable mayonnaise for me.
I love eggnog too. I'm often disappointed with grocery store eggnog in that it is insufficiently spiced, and it is a little hard to spice effectively at home because when you add spice to it, the spice will often clump.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would like to say that I make eggnog a lot. I don't. Occasionally, I do make eggnog, and I am reminded that I like that a lot better than grocery store eggnog.
What I find is often the case with grocery store eggnog is not enough orange Fanta in it.
Oh, here we go. Now we're ready. The party's about to start, baby.
And while you have not added alcohol, you do have the option to add some orange soda. Natty Lopez, we have some orange soda here, don't we?
Yeah, we got a Fanta here.
Now, the appropriate way to serve this is to shake it up and spray it all over the podcasting studio that you happen to be in. But because I've already overstayed my welcome here at Technica House, I'm going to just pour it in gently.
Wait, so we're putting this into our...
Well, I mean, why not? This is an eggnog-y adjacent beverage.
Yeah.
Why not see how it goes with orange soda?
Maybe this is Mrs. Fanta Claus?
Yeah.
Mrs. Fanta Claus. That's a good idea. I like that a lot. Oh, thank you. Natty Lopez coming through with the single chopstick used as a swizzle stick. Absolutely necessary holiday gear. I just topped it off, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, that's a no for me, dog. I'll tell you why. If this had milk in it, then even though there's eggs in this, if it had milk in it, then you might hit that same creamsicle flavor combo that a true Fanta Claus has. And if it had milk in it, it might be better. But the problem is, I don't know. It
tastes very bad.
Orange soda. Yeah, it's not very good.
Tastes very bad.
There is one hot mulled drink that we have enjoyed before here at the holiday office party, and that's mulled Dr. Pepper, hot Dr. Pepper, right, Jesse?
Yeah, what you do is speaking as the former president of the San Francisco School of the Arts Dr. Pepper Club, let your Dr. Pepper go flat.
It was horrible how you were impeached. You didn't deserve that.
It's true. I may be president for life. If I went back there, they would put my robe back on me.
Yeah, all right.
This is a product, this is something that was advertised by the Dr. Pepper company for many decades. You let your Dr. Pepper go flat. That helps a lot. And then you warm it in a saucepan. It's important not to boil it. and then you
Right.
add fresh lemon.
Because then you kill all the nutrients.
Exactly. And you add a squeeze of fresh lemon as though you were having, hot water with lemon or hot tea with lemon,
Right.
like an elderly man at a diner. And it's very good.
Well, Chris in Camas, Washington, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Camas, I hope I'm pronouncing Chris correctly. Washington, pretty sure I got it. But Chris wrote in suggesting that we try eggnog with, instead of orange soda, blackberry Dr. Pepper this year. We're not doing eggnog, but Natty Lopez found some blackberry Dr. Pepper. I don't know. Do you have some out there in Maximum Fun land?
We do.
I haven't had this.
So-
Can you pour me a little bit just by itself? I want to give this a taste.
A separate taste?
As it stands. Dr. Pepper is, of course, the soda that was designed to taste the way that an old-fashioned pharmacy smells. So that's why it is a mix of fruit flavors with some creamy and cola flavors and a little bit of a medicinal flavor.
I'm sorry, Mr. President of the Dr. Pepper fan club, but that sounds like fake news to me. What?
That is
Designed to
100%
taste
real.
The way a old-timey pharmacy smells?
Yeah, because a soda shop was where a pharmacy was where you went for your soda pop.
Yeah, I mean, it was a form of medicine. The Coca-Cola was cola nut and cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. And Dr. Pepper was not the inventor of the drink, but the pharmacist at the pharmacy where it was invented. It was named in tribute to Dr. Pepper.
It's nice.
Not an actual real doctor.
But obviously it's a mix of many flavors. It is like the original, we called this when I was a kid a suicide, where you would go get drink,
add everything together.
Together. It is the original that. Like if you imagine that, but with like birch beer and, a weird medicinal bitterness from a tonic of some kind.
Right.
Well, this is a new flavor of D-Pep that I've never tried. I mean, I don't know if it's new, but it's new to me, the blackberry.
Me too.
Have you ever had it before, Jesse? You mentioned you didn't.
I haven't, no.
Are we going to try it on its own first?
I'm trying it on its own, and I'm saying that there's not a lot of forward blackberry flavor, but there's a lot of backward. Back end. There's a lot of blackberry on the back end.
A lot of backwash blackberry.
And it is that kind of, it tastes like Haribo berries.
Ooh, yeah.
It is that kind of candy blackberry flavor. It doesn't have a lot to do with actual blackberries.
Right.
I love those Haribo berries, frankly.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite candies. This, I could take or leave. I've had cherry Dr. Pepper. I prefer that, I think. But I think I like regular Dr. Pepper best.
I'm going to take a little sip, then I'm going to add some to the second Tom and Jerry that was so nicely prepared for me by Natty. Well, that's a strike one on eggnog and Tom and Jerry beverage. Strike two on blackberry Dr. Pepper and Tom and Jerry beverage. I would say the count is 2-1. There's one walk because thanks to the brandy and the rum, I am now ambling towards first base and no one can stop me. There wasn't a lot in there, and I've only had a couple of sips, but I don't know. It's holiday time. Suddenly that lime jello on the end of my gavel's looking good to me.
John has a very creative interpretation of the rules of baseball, by the way.
It all made perfect sense to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
2 strikes and 1 walk is a 2-1 count.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing my best to learn them. We had one other great idea. I think, Jennifer Marmor, this was your great idea, and I brought it crashing down to the ground.
Great?
Well, this is a all JELLO episode.
Yeah.
These things are liquid.
Yeah.
But with just a little imagination and some unflavored gelatin, you could make a JELLO shot out of the Tom and Jerry mixed beverage.
Yeah.
Wait a
and
minute.
It seems so great.
Hold on. We're making JELLO shots out of this stuff?
Made.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Can I make a suggestion?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Do you know who invented the JELLO shot?
Yeah.
Well, no, Jesse, I don't.
The JELLO shot was invented by my former professor of American musical theater at UC Santa Cruz, Tom Lair.
That's right.
Who was a professor emeritus of mathematics, but co-taught a musical theater class at Santa Cruz. He is, of course, one of the greatest musical comedians and greatest musical satirists of the 20th century, or was. And he also is a guy who, did I already share on Judge John Hodgman the email that I sent to him?
Yeah.
I'm sure you did, but please remind us.
Okay, so basically, I was doing a 25th anniversary show, planning a 25th anniversary show of Bullseye in Santa Cruz, where I started the show.
Right.
And I had, in Professor Lair's musical theater class, been the guy that like raises his hand and plugs his improv show or the upcoming guests on his radio program, The Sound of Young America. And so I emailed Weird Al Yankovic
Sure.
and said, I know that you know Tom Lair. Do you have his email address? Now, do I know why I have Weird Al Yankovic's email? No, I do not. Did he remember me? Maybe because he's the nicest guy ever. He like looked through his emails and figured out who I was. I did used to
sure
get a
Weird Al
Christmas card
remembers.
from him once in a while.
Yeah.
Um,
Weird Al knows.
very, very nice man, but I haven't like seen him in real life in 10 years. But I sent him an email and said, do you have Tom Lair's email address? And he emailed me back and said, yes, here it is. You didn't get it from me. And just so you know, last time I emailed him, he didn't email me back. So I was like, it's okay. The man's 90 something years old.
Right.
If he doesn't email me back, it's fine. I emailed him and said, you may remember me from your class. I'm coming to Santa Cruz to do a show. I know that you don't do a lot of media or anything, but I wondered if you might consent to being a guest on the show. And he emailed me back and said, this is me paraphrasing from memory. He said, I have no evidence in my records that you are a student in my class as you claim, but I choose to believe you. And then he said, well, I remain lucky enough to be in a vertical position.
Yeah.
You may be aware that I have spent the last several decades avoiding obligations exactly such as this one.
That's a good line.
Thank you for the invitation. So he passed away a few months after that. And I will always be grateful that I got to be in a class with the grumpiest, funniest guy who said that there were no good songwriters since Jerome Kern other than Stephen Sondheim and Randy Newman.
Fair assessment.
Yeah.
I got to see Tom Lair perform in Cambridge when I was maybe 12 or 13. I put on my best tweed jacket and I went to go hear some sophisticated satirical music. And boy, oh boy, did I love, and what an incredible legacy. If you haven't ever listened to the music of Tom Lair, this is a great time to do it. And of course, he had passed away earlier this year. And I thought, and we, you and I communed privately about that, Jesse. And it is reputed that he invented the JELLO shot around the time that he was in the Army. And I think that we left a voicemail message, Jesse, you and I, for him, maybe after we had had a few Tom and Jerry's, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we did.
Asking him if he could verify that he invented the JELLO shot. Did not call back.
No, he did not.
Let the mystery be, as Iris Dement says. But yes, so the idea was that we would prep these Tom and Jerry JELLO shots, or as Jennifer Marmor called them, Tom and Jellos. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And she did, and I did. But of all the stuff that I remembered to bring here to Technica House in order to smash it with my gavel, I left my Tom and JELLO behind. So I will enjoy it separately later today when I get home on mic and on camera, and you will get to see that I did what I promised I would do.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'll just have to sit here and hear what it's like from you people out there in
I'll
Maximum Fun Land.
I'll say that I couldn't find a recipe for a Tom and Jerry JELLO shot. All of my internet searching led me to Tom Lair says he invented the JELLO shot. And so, I don't know these holiday beverages very well. So I was like, well, I can just sub out, like an eggnog JELLO shot is a thing. So
Yeah.
I'll just adapt that. And it is a JELLO shot, but
It has a vulgar appearance.
it's separated in a way that is not nice looking.
Oh,
I don't know if that's what happened with you, John. It sounds like maybe not.
Do ours
No.
have rum and brandy in
No,
them?
no.
I feel like I would be more comfortable eating this if I knew that it had rum and brandy in it, even as a non-drinker.
Yeah.
I do not like the idea of eating this without booze in it.
Can I tell you guys something? I've never done a Jello shot before. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
I'm just eating a little bit with a spoon.
Would you like some whipped cream?
Yeah, I would like some. You're supposed to just toss it down the hatch, right?
I think so.
I've always been I don't know that I've ever done a Jello shot. Well, if you'd like to see me try my Tom and Jello shot, which I left at my home in Brooklyn, New York, to come here to Technica House, that'll be our post-credit surprise scene. And in the meantime, I think when you said 1 in 5, Daniel Spear, were you talking about the rankings of our foods today?
Yeah, I was thinking about how many y'all actually enjoyed.
Let's knock it down.
We liked the desserts at the beginning.
Right. So there's 2 of them that you liked.
And it was all downhill.
The pretzel salad was, in baseball terms, a home run to the score hole. The one after that, the cherry pie one, was cherry pie without a crust. Not so good. Fancy lime and cottage cheese on lettuce leaves was divisive, to say the least, polarizing. They hated it. I thought it was okay. The genuine salad, which was the lime and cucumber mold, as it was called.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really advertising that food very well to call it a mold. I get what they're talking about. It's like it's served in a mold, but whatever. Felt very weirdly 1970s fancy, but not something I wanted in my mouth, and really belongs smashed on the end of my gavel.
But an extraordinary success given what's involved in it on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's right. But I mean, look, this is not about the destination. It was about the friends we gelled along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
It's the holidays, and may I simply say what a delight it is to spend time with you, my friends, Jesse Thorn and Jennifer Marmor, and of course, Daniel Spear and Megan Rosati over there, AJ McKeon way out there in Austin, Texas, editing. It's great to see you again, Jacob, here at Technica House. I'm sorry about the spilled Jello. Great to see you again, Natty Lopez. It's been too long. And great to spend time with you all, the listeners and viewers of Judge John Hodgman. I wish you happy and merry and peace where you can get it at the end of this year. And look, I had a little bit of brandy and rum.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. So let me tell you the story about the time my wife bought Valium over the internet.
Yeah.
And I came home one day and there's this package from Karachi, and I'm opening it up, and it's all these blister packs of a medicine. And I look up what it says in Pakistani. It says Valium. So I said to my wife, who's holding me in the room, what happened? She said, yeah, I had a little too much Tom and Jerry mix, if you know what I mean. And about 2 a.m. I got online, and I had received an email saying, we want to sell you some Valium. And I gave them my credit card information. And
it worked.
We canceled the card, and then we took the Valium. And you know what? It was an end of year holiday miracle. It actually calmed us right down and did not poison us. It was not a roofie satsuma. It was genuine Pakistani Valium. So
Wow.
Every now and then, it doesn't seem like it much these days, but every now and then things work out. And I'm so glad that we were able to work this out. And to be here again with you at the end of the year. The end of my rambling. No more Tom and Jerry mixed for me.
Our thanks to folks who sent in their recipes that we didn't use. And maybe we can post these on the Maximum Fun subreddit, r/Maximum Fun, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Allison and her family had Lush Mush. Maggie and her family had Polynesian ginger dip. Vernie's secret cheese dip came from Amelia. The spinach thing from Kelsey. Hot pineapple casserole from Meeb. Grandma Erhard's mini pizzas from Bridget. Stuffed pepperoncini peppers from Caitlin. And Baganol from Terry. That's it for another episode of Judge John Hodgman. Judge John Hodgman, created by Jesse Thorn and John Hodgman. Our social media specialist is Megan Rosati. The podcast is edited by AJ McKeon. Daniel Spear is our video producer. The show is produced by Jennifer Marmor. Photos from the show posted on our Instagram account at instagram.com/Judge John Hodgman. You can watch this whole episode on YouTube if you would like to, at Judge John Hodgman Pod. We are also on TikTok, so follow us there at Judge John Hodgman Pod. And we always need your disputes.
Yeah, as we begin a new year, I wonder if there are any disputes out there about beginnings. We often get this dispute about whether the week begins on a Monday or a Sunday, depending on what part of the world you're in. This is a divisive argument. But what about other beginning disputes? What's the best opening line of a novel, or the worst? What's the best starter at a restaurant? Talking about some of those chips and dips we talked about earlier. What is the worst first season of a TV show that ended up being a pretty good TV show? Looking at you, Parks and Recreation. No offense to anybody working on the show. Just that was a show that sort of didn't find its footing until season 2 or 3. We need your disputes, anecdotes, comments, whatever you have for us. Please send them in at MaximumFun.org/JJHO, or email me directly at just Hodgman at MaximumFun.org.
No matter what your dispute is, submit it to us at MaximumFun.org/JJHO. We need it, and we'll talk to you next time on the Judge John Hodgman podcast.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
Supported
directly
by you.
Greetings, everyone. It is Judge John Hodgman. I am back home where I have rendezvoused with my Tom and JELLO shot. If you're watching on YouTube or maybe social media, you can see I had it ready to go in this beautiful little container, all set. This little container that I found, perfect for 1 or 2 Tom Lehrer inspired Tom and JELLO shots. But I forgot. So now I'm going to enjoy it. I'm opening it up. Well, I'm predicting I'm going to enjoy it. This I did make with a little bit of cream in comparison. And if you're watching, this is it on the video. I'm going to attempt to unmold it onto my genuine made-in salad plate. I really have this stuff. Let's see if I can unmold it. It does not want to come out. So, since I forgot to grab a spoon, I'm just going to use my fingers and I'm going to de-slime it. There we go. That's probably enough. I don't want to get any on my computer. And this is the sound of me eating half. I'm going to try a big bite of it. I know you're not supposed to bite a JELLO shot, but I didn't want all of it because I just remembered that it does have rum and brandy in it. And I will say that I made about a cup of the Tom and Jerry mix. I included 1/4 ounce packet of unflavored gelatin, and I put a little nutmeg and cinnamon in there. And this worked out pretty nicely. I mean, it looks gross, right? But it's a JELLO shot. It's an opaque JELLO shot. And I'm feeling already the brandy and the rum work its way into me. So there it is. Holiday cheer to you all. And I'm sorry I left it behind, but I am also not sorry I left it behind. Okay, thus ends the episode. Goodbye and see you in the future.